Welcome. Welcome to the Lord Petty Podcast. The only place in the world where we love everybody and we make fun of everything. Yes, that means literally everything. And eventually it's going to come around to you. There's going to be a point in time where you may or may not have enjoyed your stay at Petty Resorts. And then they're going to hear something. Man, dude, I'm like DJ Khaled, bro. I'm suffering from success, dude. I'm getting hated on. And I never knew what that felt like, you know? I'm sure people have not liked me throughout my life, but you always think, oh, I'm going to do this cool thing and everybody's going to love it. And everybody's going to think I'm great. It's like Carlin said when Carlin would talk about himself. He's like, all I want is people to be like, oh, he's cute. He doesn't actually mean cute. He means hilarious because he was a super driven comedian. But what I'm saying is that you don't imagine how a joke is just going to piss people off. And then as soon as people start paying attention, it's kind of weird. It's kind of crazy. People got mad because I got vaccinated, dude. So I'm not even going to talk about that. But it is hilarious to me because it's a lot of people that are all about the like, give me liberty or give me death. Then it's like a dude with fucking psoriasis decides to go get a immunization shot against COVID-19 because people with it are dying. But, that ain't my battle no mo. It ain't my battle no mo. It will never be my battle. And that's that, except I started making fun of Christians too. And then people getting really pissed. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting. You never plan on the part that there's going to be people that completely despise everything that comes out of your mouth after you've said enough things. And like I made a Jew joke and this guy's all wanting to come. This guy wants to come to Seattle and beat me up because I said that we need a solution for the homeless, right? It was just wordplay, It's like when you watch South Park and I'd be like, horse fucker, it's just wordplay. It doesn't mean somebody's actually fucking horses. But so I was trying to use wordplay saying that we need a solution for all the homeless and we need one that is final, that'll stay in place and to stay on course. We need a final solution for the homeless. Okay? It's just a play on words, all right? Just being a little silly. And now this guy wants to fly to Seattle and beat me up because I made fun of Jews. But so get in line. The line goes around the block. Yeah, dude. If you guys haven't seen this beauty by now, I'm also a part-time model / fashion designer now. This is the prototype. This is the very first one. So you can't buy this one. Maybe I'll sell it someday on eBay for like $13 or something. But if you want to get your own brand new one, by the time you see this, it's probably going to be on the store because I make each single one by hand in my bedroom underneath the sewing machine. And I make sure every stitch is perfect. So if you want to get a butthole Biden shirt, holla. Ready to get dollars. Ja Rule though, I miss doing the clapbacks. I miss clapping people back on Instagram, but they robbed me of that, dude. They robbed me of that. That was when I started just, doing my thing. I remember Scotty P and I we'd always joke about the clapbacks. That was his thing. Like he kind of fueled. He was always just telling me, dude, just go harder. It was just me telling me to just clap these people. It's funny, man. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, it's a friend of mine, somebody I was getting close to who tragically took his life earlier this year. But I don't like to remember him like that, but real good guy. But yeah, we would always just laugh about the people talking shit, and he'd just always be in my ear like, dude, flame him. And like I said, dude, that had a lot to do with me being as outspoken as I am, because I always kind of held back, and he gave me the confidence. But really though, it's funny because Shodi and I, we went out. Okay, so I've been talking about getting vaccinated and pissing people off and thinking them thinking I'm some pushy liberal now. But I got something worse for you, dude. I am on a gluten-free diet. And I'm doing it strictly for clout. No, I've had stomach issues, right? And I like how I made fun of people talking about illnesses on the last podcast, and now I just can't stop talking about things that are wrong with me. My pinky hurts. Follow my Instagram for hurting pinkies. But anyways, so I don't know where it came from. I read some study or something like that, that basically celiac disease or gluten intolerance is typically misdiagnosed with the thing that I think I have or the doctors think I have, which I don't really think I have. But like I said, basically, like my skin gets lunky and my joints hurt. Like it was at one point my feet were so bad, like I literally couldn't even walk. I mean, it's kind of why things went downhill. But anyways. What was I talking about? So I stopped eating gluten. I stopped being a gluttonous fucking pig. Okay. And after about day 3, you really don't even, you start craving healthy things. I've been eating a lot of vegetables and meats. And you just start you stop fiending for stuff. But obviously, there's not a lot of things more embarrassing than to be a grown ass man and walk in a restaurant and look at the waitress and go, "Do you have any gluten-free options?" It's embarrassing, you know? And they look at you like, "Oh, this fucking pussy." But living in Seattle makes it a little easier. I mean, if I was in Texas right now, I'd probably be starving to death. I'd be like, "Bah, what'd you say? My grandfather been fucking yeast plants for 30 years before I was even conceived. So for 60. Because he had about 9 children, and I was one of them. And we all play high school football. I was a lineman. Brother was running back. And we all gonna stay down here." That's what I'm trying to be, dude. I'm trying to live out in the country. But anyways, holy ADD, dude. Anybody still listening? Why? So we go to a restaurant, okay? And I order 2 gluten-free appetizers and a chicken salad and a White Claw. A cider, dude. I ordered a fucking White Claw at a restaurant. They brought it to me in a glass. I didn't even know it was a thing, because why would I know that that's a thing? Because usually I'd be getting a beer. I'd be getting one of the 20 beers that just absolutely taste the same. You know, doesn't matter what kind of beer you get. They all taste the fucking same. Blasphemous. I mean, really, dude. Once you get past like a lager, everything after that, like, "Oh, it's an amber stout. Are you sure it's not an IPA?" Because I wouldn't know the fucking difference. Maybe I'm just ignorant. But anyways, so I ordered my gluten-free options, right? And the ladies kind of look at me like, "This fucking guy." And then, because first she brought out the drink. Oh, no. So I ordered from the first girl, and then the server comes out with the drink, and she gets them mixed up, right? And then they bring out the appetizers, and they get them mixed up. So now I've already had like 3 interactions of gluten-free stuff with my little tiny shouty that's with me. The girliest person in the world, right? And she's ordering an IPA and a pizza. And we started talking about my buddy Scott. Somehow it came up. I don't know. So you know, shit comes up. And I start getting I was just kind of having a long weekend, you know, like my bucket was starting to get full with things I'm just dealing with. And I started getting just like a little teary, like not like crying, but basically I was getting, someone was chopping uns, you know? And, "Oh, what a pussy. You were thinking about your deceased friend and you got emotional. What a pussy. Look at this fucking guy." But so anyway, so I'm sitting in the restaurant and I'm like visibly shaken up, right? Fuck you, Scott, for that one. And then all of a sudden the waitress comes over and here I am drinking my cider with my gluten-free options, crying in the restaurant. So stupid, dude. Here was Shody eating the pizza, drinking an IPA, and having a grand old time. We swap genders, dude. I watched this show called Dirty John. If you guys haven't seen Dirty John, you should go watch it. It's pretty entertaining. And it's about this really good-looking guy who just swindles these women, right? He just gets in cahoots with these really rich women and then just takes them for all they have. And then when they break up with them, he goes nutso. But basically, he has got a drug problem with opiates. Then he gets which you kind of find out later how he comes into the picture, and he lies about being a doctor, but in reality, he's some nurse that's just stealing drugs, right? And so basically, he lies about his career. He's got a drug problem. He's extremely attractive, and he just uses people for their money. And this is basically, it's just a normal relationship with the gender roles reversed, is this whole entire show. Except at the end of it, he dies instead of taking the house, the kids, and getting the world's sympathy. He gets burnt. First, he gets stabbed in the eye, and then he gets burnt to death. And the woman that kept taking him back, dude, oh my God, it was crazy. So it was an 8-episode thing, and you keep thinking, okay, well, this is going to be over by episode 3. And she just kept taking him back. Maybe I can change him. Oh, look, somebody has dumb bitchinitis. He said he was going to shoot my daughter with the sniper rifle, but I think everybody deserves a second chance. Oh, look, it's dumb bitchinitis. Can't help somebody hoe, dude. What does my thing say? This is low production. I'm like trying to read a piece of paper behind you. Crime. Dude, the gluten-free thing has actually been helping me out, though, so you guys can suck my ass. I literally have it written on this thing behind you because I can't. Well, I do have a phone right here, but fuck it, dude. I didn't want to have a phone in my hands. I'm trying to be professional, but it's not working out. I'm gonna go back to having the camera way low so you can see my ball sack. And with the big black thing just in my fucking mouth. I got proud dad, kid with mask. That's how I should just present it now. I'll tell you what the notes say, and then I'll just act like it's completely natural. That's going to go along with when I start dubbing this podcast. Like a rapper. Like where I'll go back and record over me talking and just be like, Lord Petty, burr! Doing shit like that. But yeah, we were at a restaurant and there was this dad who was ordering in front of us and he was wearing his mask. And this was 2 weeks ago before the whole Delta variant. Everybody that's already been vaccinated needs to go get vaccinated thing was going on. And he was there with like this little twerp, his son or whatever. And so they're ordering food in front of us, which is fine. They bounce, they go outside. Then we go outside. And we see they're going to go back in, right? So they take their masks off. They're sitting down. Then the dad takes his mask off, and he's about to get up, and he walks inside. And he's like, "Come on, buddy!" And he's like grabbing his little boy. And so he grabs his little boy, and the little boy's like, "Oh wait, I need to grab my mask." And then the dad goes, "Oh wow, that is a good idea." And then they both go and like grab their masks and put them on. Like nobody else was wearing masks. But it just made me realize how opposite somehow, because they really think they're doing something. They really think they did something there, and that's fucking hilarious, dude. That's pretty fucking funny. He's probably the guy. He's the type of guy where when he was younger, he's probably like, "Citizens arrest! Citizens arrest!" You ever seen that? When somebody trying to do a citizen's arrest, dude? I don't care what I just did. I could have just imagine if you just committed a murder. And then all of a sudden somebody's just like, "Hey, citizen arrest." And you're just like, "Oh my God, please." You throw your hands up. "Please, take it easy on me. Please, officer." It's just some guy, just some guy like walking home from Starbucks and he witnesses you do a crime. And he goes, "Halt, citizens arrest." I would probably stab him, dude. If I was already a criminal, I would already be warmed up to that idea, which I could never stab anybody. I couldn't even kill a deer, dude. I'm such a pussy. I don't get how somebody can kill a deer. They're such a gorgeous animal. They're just such a gorgeous animal. Like, why besides eating it, But I guess you can't just buy deer meat in the store. That'd be really fucked up. It'd be really fucked up if they had deer farms, They just bred a bunch of deer just to run them through the little cattle thing and in the head like they do with all the other animals, all the other ones. Speaking of animals, some guy is like accusing me of running off with the hairy butthole Biden buddies fundraiser money. And that's, dude, like it literally, the fundraiser isn't even over yet, okay? I didn't have an official over date, but I kind of got off track with the Biden butthole buddies because believe it or not, it's kind of hard going on the GoFundMe, finding somebody's name, and then going into my messages of hundreds of messages of people wanting to insult me. And then finding the actual person just based off like a first name, and then trying to see like, okay, did they actually submit an animal? And then try to do that, and then put things together, and then actually count the votes and make sure people are actually following the page. It's like a whole thing. It's a whole entire operation, right? And so I got kind of, when my whip game Dom made a lot rich, when my whip got jacked, that was supposed to be on the final day. I think that was the day where we having the Star-Lord, the Hedgehog, and Scrappy the Pug showdown. And my car got stolen that day. So I just kind of flipped my mental, And so, I mean, that was, a couple days ago. Was it? Yeah. I don't even know anymore, dude. I'm so scatterbrained at this point. And, so the guy's like, you're a fucking fraud. So I went back to, dude, it's just kind of nuts. You just can't please people. You can raise $500 for an animal shelter and people will still be mad at you. One way or the other, dude. It's crazy. That's what's got me thinking the more powerful people get, like even maybe Butthole Biden's actually a good guy. Who knows? Maybe it's just he got so powerful in his life, like before he had the dementia and he's just fucking chugging ice cream, that every decision you make is so scrutinized. And that's what's kind of crazy about, leadership positions and stuff like that. It's really easy to criticize people's decisions, or it's just really easy to criticize in general. It's one thing I'm learning. Like the more little projects and shit I take on, the more I'm learning, like, okay, there's just so much behind anything that doesn't meet the eye. Like Shodi and I were talking about this because she does this whole property management Airbnb shit where, she coordinates different cleaners with the different properties and the homeowners need to get paid and then booking the actual guests. And if there's something wrong with that. And so basically there was one of the cleaners bailed or something like that. So she had to scramble and find some different cleaner, but they didn't have, it was just like a bunch of shit, like an hour before these people were supposed to check in or something. Well, probably more than an hour. I don't know, dude. I don't know what the fuck it is, but a bunch of scrambling going on. And I was thinking like the average, like that shit's just going on under your nose. The person will never know that walks into that Airbnb. They'll have no idea all the running around and panicking that was going on. And that's with everything, dude. Imagine literally everything. If you go getting on an airplane, there's a good chance that the mechanics and stuff were staring at the airplane prior because there was something off about it. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know, dude. So then somebody's like, oh, you fucking stole a bunch of people's money. It's like, dude, what kind of accusation is that? Like the thing is literally still up. I didn't even close out the GoFundMe yet. I haven't even taken the money out of it. You can literally still go to the GoFundMe and donate right now. I don't know, dude. Maybe this ain't for me after all. Maybe I just want to go buy a cabin and like write a book about some fucking romance novel or something like that about a guy that actually, I've never read a romance novel. So I was going to say a guy that actually knows what they're doing, not some movie simp. But yeah, dude. How much time do we have left? 19 minutes. What do we have? Dirty John, I'm not going to edit this. You guys are going to get the raw. You're going to get the raw. If you want to go get a bunch of edited together little things and go somewhere else, because I ain't doing it. I'm keeping it real. See this? I probably have dry skin right now. I didn't even put lotion on my face. That's how much I'm just doing it punk rock right now, dude. This is the punk rock podcast. The most punk rock thing you can do right now, the most you can go against the system is by just being just a fucking plain white guy that likes girls with boobs and like long hair, and maybe every once in a while I'll do some butt stuff or something, or but for the most part I'm just kind of attracted to women with nice skin, long hair, luscious lips, beautiful breasts, slim physiques with a big butt behind her. Just a fucking creep, Yeah, that's the most punk rock thing you can do. Now, if I was like, oh, dude, I took my buddy in the butt last night and I went and fucked the bartender's face right through her mustache, everybody'd be like, oh, that's so brave. With me, if I'm like, oh, yeah, dude, I met this total dime piece. Well, I wouldn't do that, but you know what I'm saying? Say, oh, dude, I met this total dime piece. She looks like a young Jennifer Lopez. People be like, oh, that's so objectifying. Sorry. Dudes be scumbags, But yeah, I don't even remember what I was talking about. I was talking about, I was talking about the podcast being punk rock, because that's the most punk rock thing you can do. Is just be a bruh. Just be a completely normal bruh and bring literally nothing to the cultural table. Okay? That's as punk rock as you can be. Like, not trying to push the narrative at all. If anything, I'm trying to push the narrative within like an almost conservative space, which is hilarious because that's like not even a thing anymore, because we broke out of that completely in the 80s, but then shit went so nuts over there that the whole thing collapsed on itself and you can't even say anything. So you can still joke within like a conservative space. You can still joke about anything, but people still aren't like, I'm like trying to find a middle ground. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just knit that ball. Let's make it work like that. Yeah, I think we're going to call that for the podcast. Sometimes these are going to be heat and sometimes they're going to suck ass. And I have a bad feeling that this episode was goddamn terrible. But we're doing it at night right now. I don't know if you can kind of tell. Maybe that's throwing off my whole thing. But you guys, please go and follow me on DIGs at LordPetty_ and butthole_ Biden. If you listen to this podcast in the Apple Podcast app, please leave a rating and a review. It literally takes nothing, okay? And I think that's it. Y'all have a great week, and I'm going to talk to you later. Peace.